Hello, my name is Kat, or is it? Today I am talking about pen names. So today's topic is pen names, or pseudonyms, if you will. And this is actually kind of a collab video with Mandy Lynn here on YouTube. She is also putting up a video discussing pen names today, so I will link that in the description. So a pen name, or a pseudonym, is the name that you publish your writing under if you aren't using your real name for whatever reason. And there are plenty of reasons to choose to use a pen name instead of your actual name. First, if you have a name that is difficult to spell or pronounce, you might want to choose something that is easier to say. While having a crazy spelled name certainly won't stop you from being published, having a name that is easy to remember and say will really help with spreading the word about your book. Another reason you might want to write under a pen name is if your given name doesn't match the tone of the book you are wanting to write. For example, maybe you write really dark thrillers, but your name is like Daisy Tiffany Meadows. You might want to use initials like D.T. Meadows, or maybe come up with a completely new name that would fit better with the tone and genre of the book you are writing. You might also want to change your name depending on who your target audience is. J.K. Rowling is an example of this. She doesn't even have a middle name. That K initial was borrowed from a relative because the publisher thought her books would do better with boys if she had a more gender-neutral name. And there are also several male authors who adopt female pen names to write women's romance novels. And then if you write under different genres, you might want to use different names to kind of differentiate the books and the audiences. Nora Roberts is pretty well known for romance novels, but she also writes thrillers under the pseudonym J.D. Robb. And this isn't about privacy or secrecy or anything, because sometimes the book will say Nora Roberts, writing as J.D. Robb, both names in big letters right on the cover. It's not a secret. It's just about marketing and your target audience. Another reason to write under a pen name is if you do want secrecy and privacy. Maybe because you write things that are really personal to you and you don't want people in your real life necessarily seeing that side of you. Or maybe you are a school teacher who likes to write steamy romance novels, but you do not want your students to find that, so you publish under a different name. Whatever the reason for your privacy, you just want to keep your real life and writing life separate. There are a couple of downsides to using a pseudonym or a pen name. From what I understand, contracts and royalty statements can get a little bit complicated if you use a pen name, but I don't know this from experience, so I'm not quite sure. And if privacy is your concern, then that can complicate a lot of things down the line, like book tours or book signings, or really anything having to do with book publicity if you want to keep your writing like a complete secret. And I just really think there's something awesome about having your actual name on the book that you wrote. Like, here's this book, and your name is right there, your actual name, and you can be like, that's my name! Look, Mom! My name's on this book, I wrote it! Put it on the fridge! I personally do not use a pen name. I go by Kat O'Keefe, which is my actual name. I mean, Kat is short for Kathleen, but only my parents call me that. But I would not be opposed to having a pen name at some point down the line. Maybe my last name looks a little bit intimidating with all those E's and that apostrophe. Oh man, apostrophes. Gotta watch out for those guys. If I did adopt a pen name, it would not be for privacy or secrecy or anything. It would be simply for ease of remembering or marketing or audience reasons. Whether or not you use a pen name, you want to keep in mind that an author's name is kind of like their brand. Your favorite author has a new book out. You don't care much about who publishes it, or who edited it, or who designed the cover. Maybe you don't even need to read a synopsis. Just the author's name alone has you interested and excited about this book. The power of a name! That's why the doctor never tells us his. But really think and consider what name you want to publish under. Because real name or pen name, it will become your writing identity. So make sure it's a name that you will be happy with. Alright, that is everything I wanted to discuss today. Be sure to check out Mandy Lynn's video to see her thoughts on the same topic. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll have a new one up in a couple of days. Goodbye!